Who's Cool in H-Town? I thank you for tuning in to Fox Files Cold and Unsolved, excuse me, another episode of Fox Files Cold and Unsolved. And again, we're streaming live. So looking like the connection is kind of getting a little better than it was last time. So if it isn't, y'all bear with me in a new location. I'm still figuring out the kinks and like the locations that are all where to actually set up, right? So anyway, again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Fox Files Cold and Unsolved. This is my show where I highlight the many cold case murders here in Houston, Texas, through my segment of My Beautiful Souls. And then I will move on over to Dear Sister, ... a letter to let you know that you are not forgotten. And that's my show where I highlight the many rapes, murders, kidnappings. H-Town's Army Brat. Let's get at it. Yeah, H-Town's Army Brat. It's my beautiful city. Let's get at it. So if you are new to the show, I thank you for tuning in, and I ask that you please like the show, subscribe to my channel, Coffee Time, Story Time, and share the video, because you never know who could use the information that I am actually putting out there for you to grasp. I'm putting it out there, you grab it, you hold on to it, and you do what you will with it, hopefully, which is something, right? That's the goal. Fix my mic. Roughage, if you heard some roughage, my bad. So if you are new to my show, you would not. I would like to let you know that I will start off with what I call the Did You Know portion. And Did You Know is just me giving you a little bit of information about something that is valuable to the show, or something that is valuable to the segment, or something that is valuable to your life when it comes to crime solving and investigating and awareness, right? So today's Did You Know is about Girl Vow. Girl Vow. Girl Vow has an initiative called hashtag Pull Up for Black Girls. Okay, and this initiative was established as a national task force that is like condemning the Black community, with the missing Black and the murdered Black, the indigenous and like people of color, but particularly women of color. So they have joined. They have. So let me break this down. Girl Vow, which is an organization who stands up for Black girls, indigenous girls, and girls of color. And what they've done is start an initiative. Is a nationwide task force where you can at least find out. This is the oh my goodness, I have it right here. This is the image that they have on their website. Lord, I'm going live, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get it together because I'm used to recording and then but it's live. So, Pull Up for Black Girls is a nationwide task force set out to help solve the problem or help bring awareness to the fact that we don't get coverage when it comes to our missing girls, our murdered girls, the indigenous missing girls, and indigenous murdered girls. It's like, girl, get back on script. What you doing? So I also want to give y'all some photos. That's what kind of threw me off. I didn't want to do that one. All right. So what they're saying is that according to the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, according to, I'm going to start this one. I can't start it over. I don't know. According to the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, missing and exploited in 2019, there were 41,394 missing children entered into that database. If you can remember back to a couple of shows ago when I spoke upon that, I talk about the statistics of how many kids are entered into the database for each state each year. And 421,394 missing children is a lot of children. But That's that's the high number. When it comes to the missing adults is way less. So it's like the children are the ones that are coming up missing more than anyone. And it's crazy because it's like, how can we not keep, I mean, I know life happens and things happen, but come on, man, we have to do better in keeping account of our children. So 298,000 of those were female and 205,000 were male. And I mean, were black female, excuse me. So out of the 421,394 missing children, right? 290 female. And out of the 298,190 females, there were 205,802 black females. So the majority, the missing girls in America are the black girls and the girls of color. And they are getting far less coverage than anyone else. So what Girl Vow decided to do was take Rihanna up. Rihanna, yes, the singer Rihanna. She called out everyone, if you can remember, saying that they need to stand up to the corruption, stand up to poverty, need to stand up is what she's calling the stand up campaign. So what Girl Vow did, they decided to stand up, and that's when they created their initiative of Pull Up for Black Girls. So that's what this is. They have created the initiative. So if you want to have if you need any information, if you want to know more information about this, you can always go to girlvow.org or hashtag and Google hashtag Pull Up for Black Girls. It's going to come up. The whole thing is going to come. You see everything that comes with it. So that is my did you know this morning? And it's very, like I said, it's very important, very informative that we do know that there are avenues and there are resources and there are people out there that do care. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them. I'm using the platform that I have, nervous or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing something that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about finding out history about things. I love history, and this is what better way to indulge in history than finding out the history of the missing, finding out the history of the murder, finding out the history of the unknown. So I am one of the ones who is pulling up for Black girls, and this is what my show is for. So hashtag Pull Up for Black Girls. Let's start hashtagging that. Let's make that viral. Hashtag Pull Up for Black Girls, and then hashtag Foxxx Files is pulling up for Black girls. I mean, or something, whatever the case. But let's make this viral because we need to get this knowledge out there to the world. Okay. All right. So as we move on along, like I said, that was my beautiful soul. I mean, not my beautiful souls. I'm sorry. My did you know? I'm not trying to feel like I'm rushing through this, but I'm actually trying to get my timing down. My videos they run too long because I'm long. I know I'm long-winded, and that's something I'm working on. I'm working on me. You work on you, right? Right. Anyway, so now if you know, it's time. If you don't know, now you know. It is time for me to talk about something that is very sensitive to me because it deals with my city, my beautiful city of Houston, Texas. You know, if you know me, you know I love my city. Don't come for my city, right? Period. But what is troubling us here in Houston, Texas is the amount of unsolved and cold case murders and missing that we have here as in Houston as well. I mean, along with everybody else, but H-Town's Army brat. Read the tag. Okay. As I digress. So today, my beautiful souls is, again, I'm talking about Miss Taffy Rawls Overtree. Do y'all know Taffy? You know, she is still considered missing and endangered. Have you seen Miss Taffy Rawls Overtree? Am I saying it right? Overtree. Taffy Rawls Overtree. So, my story reads, the headline is by Cass Sand. Born June 12, 1959, here in Houston, Texas, Taffy Rawls lived a pretty decent life. It is unclear how she met her husband, Archie Overtree. But what is known about the two is that she married him while he was serving a 60-year prison sentence for burglary aggravated sexual assault, and attempted capital murder on a police officer while he was committing a 2-day crime spree here in the streets of Houston back in 1986. So again, it's unclear how she met him, but it is clear that she married him while he was incarcerated. Okay, and then he went and they deemed him, fit to be back in the streets, thanks to Taffy. So they granted him parole. You're married now, you're gonna stay with your wife, everything's gonna be okay. You need to keep your head straight, keep your nose clean, all that good stuff. And okay, I will. So fine. He was paroled to Taffy House. And as a condition of his parole, he had to wear an ankle monitor because, you're still on parole for a minute. You were a violent criminal. Whatever the reason that they let him out of the state penitentiary in 2008. And I believe that's when we had Hurricane Ike. Yeah, but now it's not telling me the date or whatever he was released, but in 2008, I believe September, we did have Hurricane Ike, and they were releasing people from the prison because it was bad. But we're not going to say that was his story. But I'm saying that's what happened after that year. But anyway, so they say things were going pretty well when he first came home, of course. But not too long after, Archery's true colors started to shine through. He became possessive. He became abusive. He became controlling. The archery Overtree came out. All that prison talk is prison talk. Now it's the real deal. This is me, love me, or get killed. Oh, excuse me, become a missing, whatever case. Anyway, so Shabakar, which is Taffy's son, I'm hoping I'm saying it right, but Shabakar, Taffy's son, says that his mother called him several times on November the 7th, 2010. And she was telling him that Archery was drunk and he was abusing her. And she went on to tell him that he goes on to tell the authorities and the reporters that he can hear Archery in the background yelling and cussing his mama out. But I guess being that they were together for so long, well, he got out in 2008. Now here it is 2010. So it really, really, really wasn't that long. We'll give it a year and a half, 2 years. They probably went through a lot of this back and forth, up and down, and I want him gone and all that. So the son was like, okay, you know what? I'll be there. But he never goes. And on the same day, on November the 7th, 2010, she calls her uncle, asking her uncle to please come help me get this man up out of my house. He is, abusing me, and he's being belligerent, and he's scaring me. Now, this is at 12 o'clock in the afternoon when she calls her uncle. Her uncle does not show up until 10 o'clock that night. And when he gets there, he says he pulls up to an empty house. The house is completely empty. Taffy's car was gone, and nobody answered the door. So what do? He left. Leaves. Okay, they're gone. But then once everything was reported, it's come to find out that Taffy's food stamp card was used around the corner from her house around 10:18. So they weren't too far from the uncle when the uncle was at the house there, around the corner at the corner store. In Northwood Manor. But I gotta let y'all know if anyone is familiar with Houston, this is all going on in Northwood Manor. She lived on Nicolette Street. So the store around the corner, could be, any store. And if you're from Northwood Manor, you can know what kind of store is around the corner. Anyway. So it was about 10:18 that night on November the 7th. And no one has seen or heard from Taffy Ross Overtree ever since. No one, not a sound, not a word. So over the next 2 days, Shabakar calls his mama. He gets no answer. So he goes to her house. He gets no answer at the door. So naturally, he breaks in. Shabakar finds her house deserted. Taffy's car is gone. Her laptop is gone. Her cell phone is gone. Her 2 pistols are gone. And all of Archery's belongings are gone. And so is Taffy. But Taffy's stuff is still there. All her clothes is there, her toothbrush, her personal hygiene items, everything that she owns and belongs to her is still there. So that's concerning. So Archery's ankle monitor had been cut off at 5:30 p.m. the following day on the 8th. So that night when the uncle went over there at 10 o'clock, everybody was gone. The next day, Archery cuts off his ankle monitor. And that was the last anybody has seen or heard from any of them, because after he cut off his ankle monitor, they're out of tracking. There's no more tracking him, and there really is no tracking her. So, and when the police get there, there's no blood at the scene. There's no sign of any kind of foul play. So they just take it as maybe they're gone. They left, but it's confusing because why didn't she take her stuff with her if she left? If that's what you want to tell me, and this is the story we want to live with, right? So, using the cellular phone records, the authorities were able to determine that Archery had traveled from Texas to Louisiana to Florida to New York and back down to Florida between November 8th through the 17th. So they were able to eventually track him, but it was through cell phone data, because once he cut that off, it was that ankle monitor off, it was over with. And he also crazily successfully used Taffy's debit card 25 times in Jacksonville, Florida alone during this time frame. So I guess he only used in Jacksonville and then taken nowhere else. That's how they were able to find him in Florida. So on December 8th, 2010, a month later, during a traffic stop in Jacksonville, he was arrested for parole violation, right? If they had to get him on. And he was driving Taffy's green Mercury Grand Marquis. And inside the trunk, they found a roll of duct tape that had blood on it, which later determined it was Taffy's blood on the duct tape. So it's like, it was asked about Taffy. He said, yeah, I stole her car. I took her stuff, but I didn't take her. I left her in the bed asleep. So leave me alone. Go do what you got to do. Go find her and leave me be, And that's all they had. They had nothing to hold him on when it comes to Taffy. They had nothing substantial that can hold up right now. But they had him on parole violation that are reported stolen. He gone already, so they gave him 35 years for this. But I'm not, and it is sad to say, it's kind of shame. I'm not real well versed on the penal system. You know what I mean? So if he was already he already had a 60-year sentence, and he was out on parole, and he got 35 more. Is that 35 more, or is that just a 35? But anyway, he's gone. So eventually, the courts determined that Archery sentence. The courts determined Archery's sentence so they could consider the preponderance of evidence stating that he did kill her. So information at hand, and the person that you are, we know who you are. We do believe that you killed her. If you did not kill her, then where is she? If she is not with you, then why hasn't she shown up yet? Why hasn't she come to her family? Why hasn't she come here to the police? So they already just decided to determine her dead, and now he is being charged for her murder. This was in 2012. June of 2012 was when they decided to come up with these. And this guy is still awaiting trial, September 2023. So we're 11 years down the road from the preponderance evidence that you said you want to go ahead and make him, reliable for her murder. But yet he's still waiting to go to trial. So Taffy is still considered endangered and missing. She is considered endangered and missing. So please think long and hard. Do you recall seeing either of these two? Oh, I don't have this picture up. Anyway, do you remember seeing her green Mercury Grand Marquis back in December of 2010 in Florida, Texas, or New York, y'all? I know that's a stretch to ask about. Considered endangered, and she's missing. And she is my beautiful soul from H-Town who doesn't deserve it, who did not deserve this. So if you know anything about Miss Taffy or anything that could have been resemblance to the photos of Miss Taffy, put it back up there. Please do not hesitate to contact the Houston Police Department Cold Case Squad at 713-308-3622 TIPS, And of course, if you are like a lot of people that I know who ain't got no time for the man, don't want you man all in my business, don't need to know my name, my number, or my voice, you reach out to your girl, Cass, at Santa7production at gmail.com. Put in the subject bar Foxxx Files so I can know what this is about. And you can tell me anything. Tell me what you know about such a case. Tell me what you want to know about a case. If you have a family member who has been murdered, missing, kidnapped, raped, anything you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. And then, you know, if you don't want to reach out on Gmail, you can always go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/CassSand. I'm about to actually start getting more active on my socials. Okay. So I'm gonna start posting more on Facebook. So get ready, because like I said, with new beginnings, it's new beginnings, and this is a new beginning here. You know, I have a location. So you want to talk to me? Let's talk. But I'm not going to move any further before I'm not going to jump the gun. So okay, again, if you want to reach out, facebook.com/CassSand or Santa7production at gmail.com. Subject Foxxx Files. Y'all reach out to me. So now this takes me on to another subject matter, which coincides with my always coincides with a part of something in the on the show, right? So we're in keeping the movement of missing Black girls and women. We want to keep it going because we already have established with my last show that the disparities between white ladies and Black ladies being recognized through the media, being recognized through the media, being taken seriously by the police, not being considered a child when they are a child, or being considered of their age by the authorities. We have already discovered these disparities, that it does not happen. So again, here we are, like Girl Vow, with the hashtag Pull Up for Black Girls initiative campaign. We have to bring light to our missing Black women, Black girls. Okay, again, and here we are with that. And I want to, let's get it started. I have my papers all out of whack. And it's ridiculous. I'm going to show you something. That's it. That's it. That's all I can find. That's it. Nothing else. And when you pull up the names, the stories get shorter and shorter. This is the longest. So I want to shout out to Erica. I can't remember her last name. And Our Black Girls. Check her out. Go on Google and Google Our Black Girls. And she has a website that gives you so many stories, and she gives you more than you'll find if you Google somebody's name. So shout out to Erica Marie of Our Black Girls. Thank you. So here we go. Here we have Miss, put her name up there. My dear sister, Miss Mamie Brown. Miss Mamie Brown, 68. She disappeared in 1998 while walking to the store. Okay. So here we are again. We're talking about another case of a missing Black woman who has little to no story, who has little to no history, who has little to no identity, because this is all we have. So they're saying that in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, she vanished on March the 13th, 1998. And according to several reports, she was at home with her husband in Saskatchewan Township before he gave her a ride to her friend's house in Harrisburg. Now, it's unclear how long Mamie Brown was with the friend or who that person is, but reports stated that she was only at the residence for a short time. However, Mamie decided to go visit the nearby pharmacy. Her friends say Mamie left to go visit the nearby pharmacy. Okay, and the details in that is unknown. Are we? Hold on, let me get it. So now, are we recognizing the pattern? Details are unknown. Why do you think the details are unknown? We talked about this last week. We said because it's at the police discretion if they feel like they want to take this case if your status is high enough for me to take this case. Do you have enough money? Do you have enough notoriety? How much publicity as a police officer am I going to get for solving this case? Number three, Mamie 68 years old. If a 68-year-old black woman cannot understand and figure out how to survive in them streets, then she deserves to be gone. You know what I'm saying? These are the reasons why. And then number four, what is it? Missing white girl syndrome. So it's always the white girl, the blonde. The presidents are absurd. So that's why there is little to no information. She was reported missing. The police claimed that she never arrived to her destination. That's what it's saying. So Mamie never made it to the store. So she never made it to this pharmacy. So she left. So the husband takes her to the friend's house. She goes to the friend's house, but she's not at the friend's house very long because she wanted to walk to the pharmacy. But the pharmacy don't have no record of her making it to the pharmacy. And that's it. And they just tell you how tall she was. 5 foot 7 inches tall, weighed about 170 to 185 pounds. She had red and auburn colored hair, and it was short, brown eyes. She wore glasses. At the time, she was wearing a black jacket, black pants, black shoes, a black hat, and a black and white blouse, baby. That's what she had on. And she also had gold casing in her two front teeth. Her fingerprints, her dental records are, of course, unavailable, and so is her DNA. Oh, but no, sorry, excuse me, but her DNA is on file. Right. I like that because it takes me to thinking about names, but before I go, I'm getting finished. Her fingerprint dental records are not available. However, her DNA is on file. Mamie would be 93 years old right now, as we speak. So, maybe. But again, like I said, take me back to NamUs, because NamUs is the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System. And if you go to their website, first of all, I would like to give you a disclaimer. Be ready. If you're not ready, don't go to this website, because you're going to see images of people in their dead state, I'll say, or as a statuette, because you can't really figure out how this person's face really looks. So be prepared if you decide to go onto their website. But NamUs has a database of, like I said, photos, identifying markers, whatever, teeth, dental records, DNA, all that stuff is in there, right? That's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth. I got a little distracted because my timing is all the way off. So anyway, if anyone has any information on what could have been happening, where could Miss Mamie Brown be, please do not hesitate to reach out to the Saskatchewan Township Police Department at 717-652. 652-8265. 717-652-8265. And her case number is C12-001053. So that is Miss Mamie Brown, ladies and gentlemen. Have you seen her? I know, but do you remember her face? Or if you have gone to the website, have you seen her on the website? All right. So Miss Mamie Brown, I need you to know that you, my dear, are my sister. And this is a letter to let you know that you are not forgotten. Because you're not forgotten. All right, and we're going to move it on along to Miss Consuela Cash. Let's pull her up real quick. 7. That's the age. Yes. So here we have it. Sorry. All right, there's little known about young Consuela, who went missing in 1975. Right? This young girl vanished from California, Los Angeles, California, and they still have not received any updates any kind of status on her case. And this is in 1975. And she was 7 at the time that she went missing. So it says on January 3rd, just 2 days after New Year's celebration, she couldn't be found. The circumstances regarding her disappearance have not been shared to investigators, at least publicly. But they begged for questions where her parents were when she vanished. Where were you when she went missing? Right? It's unknown if she was in the care of relatives or a sitter, or if she was at home alone or at another location. What it's known is the parents was gone, they come home, baby gone. Went out, New Year's Eve, come back, she gone. Consuela Cash, y'all. If she's still alive, this is what they believe she would look like. This is what they believe that she would look like. But, and this age progression that she had right here comes from what I was speaking about earlier. This National Centers of Missing and Exploited Children. This is another website that will give you imagery and of facial recognition of what they believe a child looks like. Because we still don't know where these people are. The mom and the daddy's not saying it. So I mean, again, a lot of these missing cases could have easily been solved if proper police work had been done. If the proper police work had been done, Miss Mamie, they would have found out her husband and her best friend got something to do with this. That's too easy. If they would have done the proper police work, then they would have figured out where is Miss Consuela. She's 7 years old and she's left at home alone. Y'all go out and do y'all thing on New Year's Eve. You come home and she gone. And then y'all don't want to say nothing to the police in fear of what? In fear of what? You don't want to cooperate. So if you don't want to cooperate, then you got something to do with it. So take you. They say her dental records are not available, of course, and her middle name is LaShawn. If she was still alive right now, she would be 55 years old. No information on these missing Black girls. There's no information on these missing Black ladies. Nothing. No police work done. And why? We talked about it last week. We talked about this last week because I just gave you the four reasons about why they would not investigate these murders, these missings, these kidnappings. Because it's at their discretion. Because she ain't white. Because you ain't got enough money. And because they feel like Black people genetically are more mature than them. And thank you. Again, like I said last week, we appreciate your recognition. We appreciate the fact that you recognize our brilliance. We appreciate the fact that you recognize our resilience. But dadgummit, we're still human too. You know what I'm saying? We're human too. So don't push back, our family, our legacies, our future. So again, I'm all the way behind schedule, y'all. Let me hurry up. But again, it doesn't matter because there's not much to talk about. All right, here we go. Next. Oh, so no, go back. So my dear sister Consuela Cash, this letter is to let you know that you are not forgotten. You're not forgotten. And if you are still out there, we're going to find you. We're going to find you and figure out what happened to you and why, what is the situation. Okay, so it's going on to my last one for today. And that is young Sherry Lee Truesdale, 14-year-old Sherry Lee Truesdale. And again, guess what? Not enough information. She was missing while running errands in 1970. You notice that how old these missings are. And I can go further. 70, 75, and 89. And the ones I talked about today. So Sherry Lee was, Sherry Lee Truesdale was a 14-year-old student. She had just won a scholarship to Mount Tabor High School's Fine Arts program. Exciting life. Living her life, doing what she wants to do. It was a summer curriculum program that was supposed to begin on June 14, 1970. So the day before, She wanted to go run a few errands to prepare for her trip tomorrow. And so it's on June 13th. She told her mama that she wanted to go buy some school supplies, go pick up some donuts for her sister, and to go pay some of her mama's outstanding bills at Raylis Department Store in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Right? Okay. So around 11:30 that morning, she left home, and she lived on Pitt Street. So she left home that was on Pitt Street, and she went all the way to the bus stop. So she went to the bus stop. She was seen at the bus stop. It seemed that it was able to keep. She did the majority of her running her errands. You know what I'm saying? She went to the department store. She bought her supplies. She got the donuts, and then the last person seen her at the store was about 4:30 that day, and no one seen her since. She never came home. So when her mama realized she wasn't at home, she went running around looking for her. It's a rainy day, so she's going frantically in the rain looking for her baby because she's supposed to be home. And of course, there are no clues. There's nothing leading to what happened to this young girl. Nothing. And it's inexcusable. You know, Sherry was 14 years old. She get ready to go to this camp. You know, it makes no sense. They're saying that the authorities are saying that, okay, it's a rainy day, really rainy, and the route that she took her over something called Happy Hill Park. And they're saying that since she was on Happy Hill Park in the rain, maybe she slid down the embankment and drowned. Because guess what? It's up to them if they feel like your case is worth investigating. They don't care. So Sherry's still alive right now, y'all. This is what the National Center for Exploited Women, exploited children, thinks that she would look like if she was alive today. Sherry was 4 feet 2 inches tall and was a small 75 pounds when she went missing. 4'2", little bitty girl, 75 pounds. She had black hair, some would be brown or dark brown eyes, a mole above her lip. You can see it on the right side of her lips there on the photo, and a mole in the back of her neck at the base. Both of her ears are pierced. She was last seen wearing a blue shirt, blue bell-bottom pants, a wristwatch with leather and plastic band, aqua blue pentagon-shaped earrings, and brown loafers. Her birthday is May 15, 1956. Right? At least we have her birthday. So that is Sherry. Sherry Lee Truesdale. Y'all, if you have any kind of information on what could have possibly happened to Sherry Lee with Truesdale, please reach out to the Winston-Salem, North Carolina Police Department at 336-773-7700. Right? And of course, like I always say, if you're not interested in talking to the man or letting him know anything about your business, you can always reach out to me at Santa7production@gmail.com and put in the subject matter bar Foxxx Files, and then let me know what it's about, and I'll reach back to you. Or you can hit me up on Facebook.com/#Castan. And the reason why, okay, let me slow down. So the reason why I did not give the information for the Los Angeles Police Department because I wanted to say this. This is the second story about a young girl come up missing out of Los Angeles, California around this time. Okay, someone reached out to me and asked me to look for their sister who came up missing from a certain elementary school in Inglewood, Los Angeles, Inglewood, California, and in 1972, or it might have been 75. I get little to no information at all on the system. Like when you put a name in the system, it does not come up. Strangely enough, I can't find anything, and I searched as far as my resources and as far as my capabilities go. I researched and I tried, and I couldn't find anything. So, a lot of young girls was coming up missing in California. I mean, everywhere else, but in California. So, if you know anything whatsoever about Consuela Cash, or anyone else in the California, Los Angeles, California area that has come up missing in the 70s. You know, all these other decades, they do matter, but these 70s is what I'm talking about. Please do not hesitate to reach out to the Los Angeles Police Department. And they got an 877 number, so they ain't, you know what I mean? So 877-527-3247. And her case number is 110-323-396. So please, if you know anything, please reach out to them. If not, and not just on Consuela Cash, anybody. If you see any child, if you know anybody that has come up missing and you want to talk about it, of black, you know, gotta be black. Let's talk about it. Bring it, you know. And you can always, like I said, reach out to me, Santa7production@gmail.com. Back and put in the subject Foxxx Files and give me your message and we'll work it out. Or Facebook.com/Cat. Right. All right. So this is to you, Charity Truesdale. This is a letter to let you know, my dear sister. This is a letter to let you know that you are not forgotten. Not at all. So y'all, that was the show for today. And I thank you all truly for tuning in this long. You already know what I like to do at the end of my show. I like to give you one. But before I leave, I gotta pay some bills. Gotta pay these bills. So okay, I'm gonna do my wrap them up, cap them up. Then I'm gonna go pay these bills. So wrap them up, cap them up, guys. Is Miss Lavina Johnson. Spoke about Private Johnson a while ago. She was in Iraq and was brutally murdered, raped and murdered by a general, 4-star general that used to just make his way out to the bases out there in Iraq, you know. And when they found her, they tried to say it was suicide. But her family knew better. Her family knew different. And they did their own investigating and found out that the military, the army itself, was trying to cover up her murder. And they still are trying to cover it up. So, again, it's on us to bring awareness to these situations, y'all. So, Lavina Johnson. Hold on, look. I got her name. Yep. Hold on, here she goes. My bad, y'all. Give me a chance. So yeah, Lavina Johnson, y'all. This is my wrap 'em up, cap 'em up. She was a soldier in the United States Army. Was murdered by a general of the United States Army, and yet the general is still walking. You know, still be able to move around. Nothing has happened to the general. He was forced to retire for some other reason, which is like adultery or whatever. But they knew what he did, and they covered it up for him. So if you'd like to have more information on Lavina Johnson, I can recommend you to go back to the show that I made on it. Or you can always Google and look her up, guys. Okay. So that is absolutely the show for today. That was my wrap 'em up, cap 'em up. Lavina Johnson, love her to pieces. I hate her story. I am a former soldier of the United States Army. And anyway, so let's pay these bills. Today, again, I am advertising the Vanity Tray Set. The set is a set. I'm gonna do it again. The Vanity Tray Set. It is a set that has 3 pieces plus the tray. If you can see, one is to the left is a toothbrush holder. Another one is a miscellaneous holder, and the third one is what I like to use for my hand soap when in your bathroom. So I keep it in my restroom. You can keep it in your office. You can keep it at your front door. You can put it in your kitchen. You can choose what you choose to do with it because it's yours, and you can personalize it. You get whatever color you want. You want pictures, you want wordings, you can have whatever you want on it. It's $35 for the set, and set is not sold individual. And you guys, by purchasing items from this channel, you are supporting my YouTube channel. And again, with expansion comes expansion, right? So we're expanding. If you are interested in purchasing my tray set, put up there again. Interested in purchasing the tray set, please do not hesitate to reach out to me at facebook.com/Cassan and let me know in Messenger that you are interested in purchasing the tray set. This is I'll advertise this trade segment maybe one more week, and then we're going to move on to the next item. So I do have promo codes. If you put in when you email me or when you message me and you put promo code, what I want to put, Foxxx Files, I guess. Yeah, I think it's what I put. Hold on, what does it say on here? I thought I put it on there. But if you put in the promo code Foxxx Files, and you get a discount, I'll let you know what the discount is. Maybe free shipping. I'll let you know. But anyway, Anyway, so that's that. It's my show for today. I would love to again thank you all for tuning into Foxxx Files Cold and Unsolved. This is my show where I highlight the many cold case murders here in Houston, Texas. My segment of My Beautiful Soul. And then I will move on over to Dear Sister ... A letter to let you know that you are not forgotten. Entire title. And that is my letter to the missing, raped, murdered Black girls. Right? So again, I'm Cass, H-Town's Army brat. Thank you.